What's up, everyone? I wanted to roll out this month's WFG Client Advantage and Sales Advantage. To start off, we're going to do what we're doing every single year to basically start off the year, which is the January campaign called the Annual Asset Audit. In past years, this was pretty easy because basically everything was trending up. However, this year it has changed a little bit in regards to what the overall Portland market has done is it was down roughly 2.1%. So what we did is we kind of tweaked it a little bit. We're trying to find specific examples and some outliers or areas that were positive, basically to get conversation started. So as always, the goal of this annual asset campaign is twofold. First of all, in a market that was completely dominated, talking about mostly rates, but also as the market was softening, there were still some homes out there that gained value. So, valuation is one of the ways that we found to generate listings, outside of, unplanned things like, death, divorce, disaster, the 3Ds, or moves or something along those lines inside of your career. Secondly, as always, what we're trying to do is elevate the realtor profession and put it on par with clients' financial planners or somebody else like their attorney or someone else they hold in high regard. So in this specific example, we're going to need a couple of things that are really important in regards to the numbers. So first of all, if you look at the market action, as I mentioned, Portland did drop overall as a market 2.1%. And this is from the January market action, looking at December stats, from 610,900 to 598. So we don't really want to touch on that because that probably won't get a lot of people reaching out looking to get a negative number in regards to their home. However, if you look at cities like Hillsborough, Lake Oswego, they actually did gain. And if you find specific homes or examples that your client bought, over the year, we can always find something that did actually make money. But I used Hillsborough in this example because Hillsborough gained almost 8% or 8%. So that's a very nice number that works right into what we're trying to accomplish. But your client will then need to find the area that they're focusing on in order to find that one home or those homes that did make money. So the leverage on this is, of course, that virtually every agent's looking for ways to get more listings. That's what we want to help them accomplish. So, really in this whole campaign, what we want them to do is to say, how much money would it take for you to sell right away? And potentially even look at creative ways to get them to start looking at what is that next home going to be if they have a certain amount of money to put down. So as we always do, a couple of scripts there at the bottom that you can use to get your client to actually want to see this. All right, let's move on over to the actual Client Advantage, and I can show you what this looks like. So if we're looking over here at the Client Advantage, the big number that I was telling you about is the 46,870, and that's used to then grab attention. What I did want to do with this year's annual asset audit is give you the nuance between, okay, this is what the overall market did, but it's not a universal market indicator. This is, something that is overall in the market, but your specific house may actually have gained equity. So what I did is I pulled Hillsborough's market data. I got this out of Redfin, the Redfin Hillsborough market area. Lake Oswego, I know, is up, I believe, 5%. So you can look at different areas and find the one that actually makes the most sense for your client. And then we really wanted to go through and illustrate the differentiation and approach from a standard realtor that just says, like, call me when you're ready to sell, to, no, I'm here to give you asset audits, or I'm here to give you, updates all along the way. So create a social norm, add a conversation starter, and that's what this asset audit is all about. All right, so then we get into the text alternative, and this is the first time we're going to use the exact same verbiage both in social and on the text, just because I think it works really well, where it says, I just did an annual asset audit for a client. They gained $46,870 in 2023. Want to know how your house performed? And of course, they're going to be like, absolutely. And then you'll say, call you in a minute, because you do need to know if they made any improvements or did anything to the house. This number, 46,870, did come from the average home price in Hillsborough multiplied by the 8.6% appreciation. So that's where all of that comes from. Now, here's where some things have changed a little bit. So the social alternatives, I actually think this is going to be the best way for a lot of our people to get their clients out in front of people. So there's two things I want to show on these social alternatives. One, I started with the story or the reel as the actual template that we wanted to build out. So you can see that one there on the right, where I did an annual asset audit for a client. They gained 46,870 in 2023. And then what I did is down at the bottom, I created a poll. So by using the poll, now you can put that out there. If they click on it, it will attach their name to it. And that basically gives them immediate feedback or response. Now, if we're building it out in the feed or an ad, then what we want to do is there on the left, which is going to be send me a message, because we're once again trying to start conversations. Now, here's where something really cool happened is I was trying to find a cool image, and I really dove into, some of the new AI stuff. And if you recall from a year ago, the AI stuff was actually pretty terrible, and it was kind of hard to get anything that was built very nicely. Well, that has changed substantially, and I'm going to show you exactly what I did to get this custom image for just this campaign, which I actually think is pretty awesome. So that's something I get kind of geeked out about, excited about, and we can even create something different for your clients if they want to change this around. So it's not a stock image, it is custom created specifically for this campaign. All right, let's dive into the actual piece. So if we jump over here let me jump over to the new Client Advantage. And I'll share this with you. This is what it looks like. So as you saw in the last piece, this client gained $46,870 in 2023. What did you gain? And so you walk in, you talk about the person in Hillsborough. So it's kind of a nice little way to really, really touch on, each home has its individual story, and that's what you're trying to get them to do. If they're trying to go and create these, they can use RPR, Cloud CMA, or they can do a full CMA depending on the volume that they actually get from their clients. But as always, in addition to being, a home of your place to make memories, I also want to make you look at your home as some sort of, or the same sort of asset as your 401k, stocks or bonds. I want to work more like a financial planner and help you achieve your long-term financial goals. So that's the second tier of what we're always trying to accomplish with the Client Advantage. All right, so the last thing I want to show you in this before I let you go and get out into the wild today is I do want to show you how cool and simple it is to now build out a custom image for both your clients and for campaigns like this. All right, so I just went to ChatGPT and I wanted to build something out. And I said, create an image of a home equity report with a house, address, and a chart line trending up. Now, it didn't get it perfectly right, but this was its very first iteration. So this image that you're seeing in our social stuff is exactly what came up the very first time. So you can see how clean all of this looks. Super simple. And it says, here's an image of a home equity report you requested. Features a modern house, a fictional address. Notice the address really isn't in there. A line trending upward, and the design aims to symbolize increasing home value in a professional and appealing format. And notice it does actually say home equity on the top right there, which is good because before you couldn't get any words, which is kind of what you see on the rest of the chart. So anyway, there's some really cool examples of things I've been playing with, but thought you could use this if you want to create a custom image for any of your clients to make this look extra special. So hope this helps. Have a great rest of your week. And as always, call me if you have any questions whatsoever.